Computing at Hunters Bar Infant School. The new Computing National Curriculum was introduced in 2014, replacing the old ICT curriculum, following a public consultation. The aim of the computing curriculum is to equip children with not only essential information technology skills, but also to give them a good grasp of computer science concepts and an understanding of what it means to be digitally literate. During your child's time at Hunters Bar Infant School, they will have the opportunity to take part in regular computing lessons, held in our fully equipped computing suite. Children will have the chance to use a range of computing devices including desktop computers, Chromebooks, iPads, Bebots and other small robots. Through a comprehensive curriculum, your child will begin to learn the core principles of computer science, learning how computers work and how to create their own computer programs. Your child will begin to apply computational and logical thinking to understand the technology around them. They will have the chance to develop their ICT skills through the exploration of a wide range of software and apps, allowing them to create and present their own ideas on screen in a variety of ways. As they progress through school, your child will become more digitally literate, using computers and ICT safely and respectfully, knowing how and where to find help and support if needed. Through our computing curriculum here at Hunters Bar Infants, we help your children become confident and competent users of information and communication technology. The computing curriculum can be broken down into three main strands: computer science, information technology, digital literacy. These strands are discussed in more detail later in this presentation. In addition to the three curriculum strands, there are some core skills which are incorporated into every computing lesson. These skills are essential for children to become competent and independent computer users. The core skills we focus on first are how to use the computer hardware responsibly, safely and effectively. We begin, in reception, by focusing on how to use a computer mouse. Children use a range of interactive software to learn the relationship between moving their mouse on a table and how this affects what happens on their computer screen. In reception, children will also learn how to use the left mouse button to select, drag, and drop objects on the screen. As children move through reception and year 1, it is expected that they will develop greater control of their mouse movements. And by year 2, your child will also be learning how to use the right mouse button to access menu options. By the end of their first half term in reception, your child will also have begun to use the computer keyboard. We begin by using some simple, cause and effect, type activities on the screen. Children will learn how to locate special keys, such as the spacebar, to make a character jump, or use arrow keys to make an object move in different directions. Your child will also learn to locate individual letter keys as they begin to type familiar words such as their own name. In year 1, your child will begin to type words, phrases and simple sentences, including the use of the spacebar and enter key. They will learn how to edit their text using arrow keys and backspace. By the end of year 2, it is expected that your child will be able to add a range of punctuation to their sentences, such as full stops and question marks, and consistently add capital letters using caps lock or the shift key where appropriate. At Hunters Bar Infants, we use the learning platform Seesaw as part of our weekly computing lessons. All lesson activities are set through the Seesaw website, which children can access in their computing lessons. By using the Seesaw software in this way and by developing a consistent approach to the format of each computing lesson, regardless of who is teaching that day, we can help children become independent learners from the moment they step into the computer suite. In reception, each computing lesson begins in the same way. The computers and Chromebooks will be set up, logged in and Seesaw ready to use, by one of the adults in their class. Children are encouraged to enter the room and select their own computer, choosing a position in the room where they feel they will learn best. They will also know how to take their computer out of sleep mode and to access the lesson activity on Seesaw, usually by clicking on the Add Response button and selecting their own name. By year 1, children are beginning to become more independent. Whilst the computers will generally have been turned on and logged in, They will know to use the favorites bar on the computer to select Seesaw, how to find their class on the website and the activity tab. We make use of the computing knowledge organizers on the front slide of all of our computing activities, which allows children to quickly find the week's lesson. In Year 2, your child will be coming into the computer lesson, able to turn on and log into their computers using a password, access Seesaw via Google Chrome, and locate the week's lesson independently. By the end of their time at Hunters Bar Infants, it is expected that your child will be able to use Google Chrome to access various approved websites through the favorites bar icons, and to recognize how to access external links on Seesaw activities for them to complete their learning. We also stress the importance of only using the computers when a trusted school adult is present, especially when they will be using the internet. Once the teacher is in the classroom, children will come in and set up the computer as detailed above. They will then stop and wait for the teacher to begin teaching the lesson. The ability to save and share their completed work with others, such as their class teachers and their parents, is a key part of our computing curriculum. Having a known audience for their work is always a benefit, and the children are often keen to share their work with their parents and other family members at home. We use the Seesaw platform to do so with ease. As previously mentioned, all computing lessons are accessed via Seesaw. Likewise, all computing work is also saved to Seesaw, tagged to the individual child's account. We talk explicitly about the need to make sure we tag our own names carefully, so that only the right people can see our work. This message is also carried across when using other websites where children have their own accounts, such as Numbots, Spelling Shed and Oxford Owl. Children are reminded that whilst at school using shared devices, it is important to log out after they have finished using these sites. Nobody wants another child to spend all their earned points on robot parts, or their honeypots on new clothing choices after all. As previously mentioned, there are 3 main strands to the computing curriculum. The first of these is computer science. Computer science is about learning how computers and their programs work. Your child will be taught key principles of computation, learning how digital systems work. They will then apply this knowledge to begin to create their own simple computer programs. At Hunters Bar Infants, we teach coding through practical and creative activities, beginning in reception and progressing throughout Key Stage 1. In reception, we begin to teach pre-coding skills through simple robot-type devices such as Bee-bots and rugged robots. Children begin to give these robots simple instructions to achieve a given goal. For example, using a Bee-bot on its floor street map, they will plan which instructions they might need to give the robot so that it can move from the start position to the supermarket. After this concrete experience of using control devices, your child will also have experience of using on-screen versions such as Turtle, and we will start to look at visual block coding using websites and apps such as Scratch Junior. We continue to build on these coding skills throughout Key Stage 1, making greater use of Scratch Junior and other block coding websites. By Year 2, your child will be planning and creating their own simple programs using Scratch, which is a block-based visual programming language. As well as coding programs, your child will also use their computational and logical thinking to design simple control systems, using software such as Flowel, which allows them to create flowcharts to control 2D mimics of systems such as traffic lights, fairground rides and more. This software also helps them to begin to develop an understanding of how automation can work. As a budding computer scientist, your child will use their computational knowledge and skills to solve problems through coding and flowcharts, and will know how to test and debug their programs to remove errors and to ensure it solves the problem they have been set. From experience, we know that children enjoy the feeling of successfully coding their first computer programs, and several of our children have gone on to develop their coding skills throughout the primary and secondary school, and even beyond. Information technology is the second strand in the computing curriculum. In reception and Key Stage 1, this tends to form a large part of our computing curriculum content. This is because the acquisition of good IT skills is essential for accessing much of the remaining parts of the computing curriculum and also for general skills needed for the whole school curriculum across primary, secondary and beyond. Your child will have the opportunity to explore a range of IT software to help them create, organize, manipulate, store, and retrieve digital content, including through the use of the internet. As they progress through Key Stage 1 and into Year 2, children will have experience of using several different software packages, and they will be encouraged to select software that they believe will be the most appropriate for the task they have been set. At Hunters Bar Infants, your child will learn about and develop IT skills in a range of areas, including word processing, where children will develop their keyboard skills; presentation software, combining text, images, audio and more; data handling, including the creation of graphs and charts, and branching databases; animation, including stop motion and flip style; photograph and video creation, including simple editing tools; image creation, through painting and drawing software and a basic understanding of pixels; sound creation, using music software and voice recording devices; augmented and virtual reality, using iPad apps and Google Cardboard; QR codes to access password-protected learning accounts and also approved web pages; simulation-type games and apps. They will also use a wide range of educational websites online. The final computing strand is digital literacy, including online safety. One of the most important aspects of our computing curriculum at Hunters Bar Infant School is the teaching of how to use computers, IT and specifically the internet, safely, responsibly and sensibly. We take this aspect of our curriculum very seriously, and our computing lead has completed the CEOP ambassador training. Whilst we do have a series of discrete online safety sessions, online safety is incorporated into every computing lesson and is also referred to whenever children use computers and the internet in other parts of the school curriculum. For example, teachers will talk about the use of key search words when looking for information on Google, or will make a point of keeping their computer passwords secure and logging out of software after use. As adults, we know that not everything on the internet may be as it seems, not all information available is accurate, and not everyone may be who they say they are. Your child will be introduced to such concepts through a series of age-appropriate programs and activities, featuring a young girl called Jessie, her family, her dog and her friends. These materials can also be viewed on the Think You Know website. Another part of digital literacy is looking at the importance of digital ownership and privacy. Your child will learn about the use of passwords to protect their own digital content, and about safe sharing of their work. We make effective use of the Seesaw learning platform to introduce the idea that their online content can be shared with others, such as their teachers and their parents, whilst remaining protected by having an individual account which is password protected. Another example of how we teach children about protecting their online information is through the use of educational software such as Numbots and SpellingShed. Children are reminded not to share their passwords with their friends, not to leave their login sheets for others to take, and to ensure they log out of their accounts after use in school. Finally, in digital literacy, your child will explore the ways in which computers, control systems, automation, and other forms of ICT is used in everyday life, in school and beyond. They will learn about different ways ICT can be used to make life easier for others and how their family members might use these systems at home or in their work, and how it can be used to communicate with others. As part of these lessons, they will discuss the benefits of using computers and ICT, but also consider its limitations and concerns. This short slideshow shows some of the computing work that has been produced by our children at Hunters Bar Infant School this year. And don't forget, you can always view your own child's computing work via their Seesaw Journal page. At Hunters Bar Infants, we work hard to ensure our computing curriculum is accessible to all children. We are aware that some children may have additional needs or other barriers that could affect their learning. In order to support these children, we have a range of tools and mechanisms in place, as shown on screen. Additionally, as our children are still quite young, some of the computer features have been adapted to make them more suitable for younger and smaller hands, such as a child-sized mouse, color-coded keyboards and a slowed-down, double-click You can pause the presentation if you wish to spend more time looking at the various scaffolding supports we have in place during computing lessons. There are many ways in which you can support your child at home with their computing curriculum. Please feel free to add posts to Seesaw, tagged with the computing folder, if you do any of the activities with your child. If you would like to know more about our computing curriculum, please visit our website at huntersbarinfantschool.co.uk.